Hello and welcome to the AltX Wealth channel. My name is Audra, and I'm here to show you today some really historic market information about the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Now, today, the Dow Jones is shedding quite a bit of market capitalization, as it has been for the last several months. And I was curious to see what it is that what might the future hold. How bad can it be, and what maybe is there some hope? So what I did was, and I found this very interesting, I decided to take a look at the entire trend line for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, beginning at its inception in around 1897, and taking it all the way up and seeing what kind of trend lines might come out from all the way starting from the beginning to today. And what's interesting is that I did find some very significant trend lines that formed both resistance as well as support, and I wanted to talk to you guys about that. So one really interesting trend line is this one in yellow here. I'm going to go ahead and bump it up to be 4 points, so it really stands out. Now, as you can see from the beginning of the Dow Jones, this yellow line formed a really significant support for the price fluctuations. But then in the famous market capitulation of 1929, you could see that trend line no longer could do its job, and the price action went all the way down to this point here, down to around $45. And then thereafter, then that yellow line, it's so interesting because then it formed resistance for many decades after. So starting in 1929, we see this resistance touch at 1937, and then getting close in 1957, 20 years later. 1960 and 1962, there were a couple touches, and then 66 was the final touch before the price action just basically gave up and went into more of a consolidation pattern. And it's just amazing to see that this pattern was lasting all the way for decades until it found the bottom of that channel that was formed in 1929. And so it wasn't until 1982 that consolidation action finally had a change of trajectory. So here we are in March 1982, touching that blue channel. And then you can see the price action really took off from there. And it's just been the hugest bull market running all the way from 1982 until, and this is again where it's so interesting, it touches a new upper end of the full macro channel of its the Dow Jones life history in August of 1999. And here we have, between this upper channel in red and then this lower channel in yellow, that this red and yellow were really informing the price action, with exception of the Black Swan event of well, it looks like, what was that? I'm really zoomed out here, but somewhere around late 2008. But just like our recent Black Swan event, the price action really respected that yellow line of support, and it just climbed back up, right up to it, so that by February of roughly late 2012 or early 2013, the yellow line was once again forming support. And here we are, getting closer and closer today, where there was that third touch in the entire Dow Jones history, third touch for this red channel line, this upper boundary. And we're given current economic circumstances, the Dow has shed obviously we're at like 10, somewhere close to 10 or 15, close to 15%. I won't take the measurement, but and so the question is, where is it going to go today? It could turn around and go back up, and respect this red line, in which case, maybe we're looking at high 30s or low 40s for a price. But given all the downward pressure of inflation and geopolitical situations, it could be that what we're seeing is we can expect maybe a return to this yellow line, which would take us back to high 20s or maybe early 30s. So I just thought that was very interesting. I thought that you guys might want to see that too. I hadn't seen that anywhere else. I hadn't seen anyone looking at those trend lines before, although I'm not saying it's not out there. It was just new to me. And I thought I'd share that with you. And I hope that was interesting to you.